Hey guys, Ollie back for another video. This one on Bellum. The footage in the background I'm about to show for the whole video. It's pre-recorded because the audio is worse than it would be that I'm doing right now. So with Bellum, of course, it came out today in the test servers. It had some extra things added. Drop shotguns was removed. Echo got his buff. Observation tool was added, as you just saw pop up. If you look in the bottom right where my mouse pointer is, you can see the 4-week period where you can just click on that and take you instantly into a game on casual. So now if we go into operators, you've got Maestro and Alibi in the corner. First I'll start with Maestro. Now he has his headgear and his things added if you got the season 3 pass. Now I do, so I can show you both. I can show you the uniform right now for him. Normally it's this like camo looking one. He's of course got his big metal chest plate on, as was seen in all the teaser trailers and proto leaks, and he also now has his not leaked whatsoever, for my knowledge, mountain foliage, however you pronounce that gear. It's a bit more desert-like in my opinion. Yeah, the hat looks the best, the headgear. The torso doesn't really seem to change in my opinion, but that's pretty much it for Maestro. Still got his shotgun shells on, no matter if you choose a shotgun weapon or not, because his secondary is a shotgun. So now of course we move on to the other operator that was added, that being Alibi. Now Alibi also has her new headgear and her new torso. It wasn't leaked, as I still think, for the season 3 pass. I know you can't buy it, and yeah, Alibi, to be honest, in this is looking pretty darn thick compared to operators like IQ when we first see her. So if we check out her gear altogether, as red, it looks really nice in my opinion. It looks better, apart from, as you'll see, the mask. The mask in this for the mountain is black and gold, and it looks really cool compared to the red and gold. That still looks pretty nice in my opinion. So that's it for the operators. The gameplay for the operators and maps I'm gonna speed up because there's no real use to them, because I didn't have other people to test them with. Basically, Maestro has a camera that can see through smoke and it highlights people. It opens up a laser pointer and just shoots. It doesn't do that much damage, it's more to annoy. You can destroy thermite charges with it. It's rapid fire till it runs out. As in the video I said, I sped it up so it doesn't go that fast as it did just. It's also bulletproof. That's cool. The only way that it isn't bulletproof is if it is shot from the back. But you can place it on floors, you can place it on walls, like Jaeger's ADS. So that is a cool feature for it. Now in my opinion, Alibi has more of a like video to show. I'm using her other gun that Maestro doesn't have. Both of them have one pistol that the other doesn't. They both have the shotgun pistol with a laser sight. Not a laser, yeah, it has a laser sight. Also thing, the room here, you can see the sledgehammer Easter egg. It's one of the Easter eggs in this map that I have found myself and seen other people talk about. Her ability is basically she throws these little balls and it creates a hologram of her. The hologram comes up, ignore the thing at the top right from a friend. They basically hold her main primary that Maestro doesn't have as well, with no attachments. That's probably one of the best ways to identify if it's her or not. But with these, if you see, you run through them, they go blue. If you're on the attacking team and you run through or shoot them, you get a little marker above your head, kind of like Jackal, apart from it's different, yeah. So a good tactic that they showed in the Twitch stream was if you destroy a wall and have her next to it, an attacker could look at it and think that that is you with a peephole or something. So they'll just shoot it and then they'd be tracked, just like in this. Apart from, I don't have friends to test this out with, so I can't have it tracked. Of course, explosions destroy them. If they get hit from the bottom, it destroys them. You can't destroy them by shooting, Twitch drones are supposedly the best way to destroy them, according to the devs who had this idea of a character made. In my opinion, it's getting a bit too futuristic with these operators. It's cool to see something where she throws down these little pods and it creates a hologram that's identical to it, apart from a weapon, but it just doesn't seem to work. And a problem with this, if you throw them outside, as you can see in this, it doesn't open up because there's no one to see it. But usually, if there is an attacker, they will see it with a little question mark above its head saying unable to identify. And it's not a thing in the villa map where you can't identify them. It's the fact that it just does this for like, I think it's 3 seconds, the dev said, and then it gets to go to normal. And you can see I'm just running outside the map because I thought I'd show it off before narration got boring and I ran out of things to talk about. Now we go onto the map. This is probably the best thing. I've sped it up by 1.5 because the narration of this was bad. I was also trying to learn how to do the spectating thing, and it's pretty hard to do in my opinion for not knowing how to do whatsoever. Basically I was talking about this, the grove on the one side where they would grow olives for wine, where they would grow olives and grapes for wine. Ignore the fact that I just linked olives to wine. The map is pretty big. Them having the house in the middle being huge, the villa, and just being able to run around the outside. Of course, you can see the little fountain there. I can't put anything around it to show it, but that's the Assassin's Creed Easter egg, and that's all there really is. It's got a bunch of buffer rooms, they call them, so you can't just like run through the house really fast. The villa, I'm going to keep correcting myself there. And none of the objectives that have been said are actually near windows. This is because it gets annoying for people to plant a diffuser next to a window and then hide outside. And this is, of course, all the maps now run through pro leagues, so it's their opinion on things that are based off. Then the community tells things as well, like, hey, this could be improved. And then if so many say, maybe the devs think about it. As you can see, there's a bunch of buffer rooms. It's structured really nicely from the inside. There's the little house from the outside that's pretty weird. There's the basement as well. This is where they supposedly get the straw, where you forge art in-game, as in the crime syndicate family that own the house. That's what they did to make money. And lastly, there is just this tiny clip of me running around. I'm going to speed it up by a tiny bit. I'm going to play some music in the background. Here's the all 4 entrances, 3 entrances, and the no vote, because there was no real commentary for this, so I just play as Ash and just run around. Then I play as another operator and run around. So that's it, and I'll see you for the last part of the video. Goodbye. So guys, this is the last thing before I end the video. It's just basically I was playing one of the villa map. I was playing villa map, and this happened where you can see other drones while you are droning, so you could find good spots. You could see where the objective is if they don't call it out, and it just seems like a really good thing. You also, for some reason, got points, as you can see in the right. It was a glitch for me. I don't know why. That's really all. This is the end of the video. Goodbye.